All right, we'll let Coach get situated. He'll open, and then we'll take your questions.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to tell you guys how proud I am of my team. I spent most of the time in there after the game consoling guys who were completely beside themselves in grief, and I tried to tell them they shouldn't be, because given how hard they worked and how much they play together, it's been an honor to coach them this season. And I thought we ran out of gas. I thought we got stuff. We were getting stuff in the first half. In the second half, we were getting the same things, and it was hard to finish, and that's a sign of fatigue. And, you know, given the way we play, it doesn't surprise me. Given the way these guys play, they play so hard, and they play with such passion, and they're always hustling. I think if we hadn't run out of gas, we would have given them a little bit better of a game. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Gary Rendazzo with Wildcat Sports Report. Coach, in the last 10 seconds, you had your team trapping, and they didn't foul, and then they fouled after didn't have an opportunity to get a steal, and you applauded that. Can you just talk about with the young team the importance of coaching wire to wire, regardless of the score?
Yeah, well, we're hoping we're not done playing first and foremost, but that's how we play, and I want them to remember that, and I didn't want them to hang their heads and sort of let the clock run out. That's just not our style, and these guys know the importance of it. That's why they work so hard. So it was more. I just felt that we owed it to ourselves to keep playing all the way out, because that's the team we are.
Tony Cavalry, Coach Tucson Citizen. By making it to the semifinals and beating the regular season champion Washington, do you think with that plus 19 wins and the talent that you've shown during the tournament, would that be a good enough resume to give yourself NIT invite?
Truthfully, I don't know, because this is as close to analyzing that as we've gotten since I've been here. So I don't even know what the criteria is. I haven't been paying attention to who's on whose bubble and all that kind of stuff. But ideally, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that people would take a look at our team and feel like we'd be a good participant in their tournament. But you never know. We'll just wait and see. We'd love to keep playing.
Nick Hamilton, TG Sports. Coach, you mentioned earlier about running out of gas in the second half. At what point did you realize you guys were running out of gas, and was there anything that you could possibly do to kind of shift the players and give them a little bit of rest?
Yeah, well, we were trying to do that, and then Kevin got hurt, and Eric Moreland's been hurt. Joe Burton's hurt. So I was trying to sub a little bit offense, defense, and I was trying to sub a little bit after foul shots, and I tried to use my timeouts, and I tried everything. But I could see it. Maybe you guys couldn't tell, but I could see it, and I could see it in our execution of things. I mean, we were cutting hard, but when we had to finish, it was just a little bit short, and that's okay. That's all right. You know, I like the fact that they kept running their stuff even when they were having trouble finishing it off.
Alex Crawford, Daily Barometer. Can you just talk a little bit about the physicality of the game? It looked like it was getting really physical out there at times, a little bit chippy. Can you talk about that?
Alex.
And, Devon, can you talk about that as well after Coach?
Alex is from our school newspaper, the Daily Barometer. He's trying to get me in trouble with the officials again. It was a very physical game, but that's how semifinals of big-time tournaments are. So we were trying to match their physicality and came up a bit short. But again, I was happy with our guys because they were attacking. You know, it seemed like they might have gotten some hits that didn't get called, but that's part of the game. Devon?
Yeah, well, this is a physical sport, so we were just playing through the physicality, and we didn't let it phase us. We just kept on playing hard and not let our heads down. We were just playing through it.
Yep.
Coach, back here in the back, Tom.
Hey,
Morton,
Tom.
TV. Your team had come back from losing leads and then bouncing back in the last two games after they used 4 minutes and took the lead. And did you think that maybe you could do it again?
Oh, yeah. We always think we can. And, when you're playing at this level against the kind of competition we're playing, I mean, that team's an NCAA tournament team. Washington's an NCAA tournament team. They're going to go on runs. They've been doing this a lot longer than we have. So we were prepared for it. We just we were hoping to weather the storm and be able to finish it out, and just couldn't do it. But my hat's off to those guys. They just they really shot the ball well in the second half. I thought we did a great job against them in the first half, but in the second half we just could not stop them.
Beth Harris, AP, Roberto, can you describe the emotion that Coach was alluding to in the locker room after the game?
A lot of the guys, we had our heads, we tried to keep our heads up, but a lot of guys were definitely had their heads down. We played really hard, and we put our all in every game and every play that we had out there. And, we wanted to play tomorrow. And, we kind of let it get ahead of ourselves. And we came out the first half, and we played well. Arizona went on a good run, and it was tough to kind of come back and try to do the same thing to them. But, they hustled, and they got all the extra stuff that we didn't get. And, they just played better than we did in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Dana from the Bootleg. Coach, what's kind of the schedule going to be like for the next couple of days? I'm not sure where you guys are going to be at everything. Practicing, extra days off?
Yeah, we'll probably take a few days off. This was a grueling tournament for us. Will we be the only team that had played on the first day who was still playing in the semis? So Colorado. So we'll see what happens. This was grueling, and so we'll travel back tomorrow. I'll give them. So tomorrow's Saturday. We'll have off Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday. Wait around, see if we're invited to play in anything, and then start practicing then. But I might even give them an extra day off. And they deserve it. These guys come to work every day. You folks who don't know Oregon State really well, what I've talked about all season long is we've had some tough losses, and this was actually non-characteristic. Usually our losses have been this year 5 points and under. I think we lost 7 games that way, and each time my team came back to practice that next Monday as if they had won the game. They were working hard, and so they deserve some time off. So I think I'm going to give them a few days off.
Yeah, Alex for Daily Barometer.
Yep.
Pac-12 semifinals, Pac-12 tourney semifinals, that's uncharted territory for this team. Can you talk about what that means for a young team like this?
Oh, it means a lot, and it means a lot to this team. But first and foremost, it means a lot to our fans. It means a lot to the university. It means a lot to the athletic department, and we're happy to be. And it means a lot to the alums who have been here. The big time players who you saw who supporting us. But to this team, it's really important because it gives them a little bit of reward for all their hard work, and it also shows them that nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. So even if you're doing well and playing well, you don't necessarily get rewarded for it. So you have to keep doing well and playing well. And to your point about it being a young team, everybody but Kevin McShane is going to be back next year, hopefully. And if that's the case, these guys have gotten some seasoning that we didn't know we were going to get this year. So the glass is half full. Hey, Brandon.
How you doing, Craig?
Glad you asked one. Thanks.
The way you guys played in this tournament, do you think your team found themselves and you know what you need to do next year?
Oh, yeah. I have been talking about, Brandon knows this, but you guys don't know. My team, being as young as it is, it was the first time I've been around guys who didn't think they were as good as I thought they were. This is the day and age where everybody thinks they're better than they are, and these guys never really started to believe how good they were until we went on this last run here. And it was really important for us to have this success so that they could start believing. You look at those games, we believed we could win. We believed we could have beaten this team. We believe we could have beaten this team. So that's really important for all these guys when they come back next year to believe they can beat anybody when they put in the kind of work they put in.
And I just wanted to why Eric Moreland didn't play more in the second half?
You know, his back and shoulder and ankle are all bothering him, and he just, you know, when your back goes on you, it's just painful and it's hard to move, and it was really hard for him to cover his man and to get going on offense, and I didn't want to cause any more damage than was already there. Yep. Yes.
Lindsay Shell, Oregonian. First, Craig, can you tell us, did Eric hurt his back today, yesterday?
No, he hurt his back sometime toward the end of the season and has just been toughing through it. Joe Burton has been sore probably since the middle of January. Kevin got hurt today. Angus is bang. You know, it's just season-wide stuff, and we don't talk about it a lot because it's, you know, these guys don't make excuses. I mean, you saw Devon Collier hurt his knee in the Civil War game and got it put back into place and came back and finished the rest of the game. I mean, you know, and those are the reasons why I work so hard at what I do, why I work the refs and watch the films, because these guys are working harder than I am.
Will you take any bid that's postseason bid given to you, or are you only looking to take the NIT?
We haven't decided that, but we'll see. Yep.
Hi, Coach. Every year since you've been at Oregon State, you guys have picked up the tempo a little bit each season. Are we going to see a faster version of Oregon State next season?
I mean, we're 10th in the nation in scoring. How much faster do you want me to be? I mean, my goodness. We are 10th in the nation in scoring. I mean, that's pretty fast. I don't know if we can get any faster, but if we can, we'd love to. This team has done something, too, that a lot of teams don't do. They have completely revamped both sides, offense and defense, in one season with a bunch of young guys, because we play differently on defense as well as offense, and which I take the blame for because we wanted to change the culture here, and that's I should take blame for a lot of the losses because it was my doing to do that both in 1 year. So I think next year you'll see somewhat similar style of play, and we'll be better at it.
All right, 2 more, please.
Brandon Sprague, Comcast Sportsnet. Roberto, before the season, you guys were talking about NCAA tournament hopes and where you want to go with your team. You guys struggled a little bit this season. Do you think the end of this tournament, maybe your guys' mentality's changed in terms of you know what you need to do and what kind of steps you need to take to get there?
Most definitely. Playing against teams like Washington and winning against teams like that is definitely giving us momentum going into next season. And, I mean, we have – I mean, hopefully the season doesn't stop here and we can just continue to keep building and keep getting better. So, I mean, so it could progress into next year. But, I mean, we got a lot of talented guys on the team, and everybody loves each other on this team. And, I mean, you can see it out there when we're passing to each other, getting people open shots and screening for each other. So, I mean, the only thing we can do is get better. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for next year, and we're just lucky. We're just lucky to have a team like this and have a good coach like Coach Robinson. We're just ready for next year.
All right, time for 1 more. Up in the back.
Tom Ward, KVAL TV. Devon, if you could just talk about what Roberto was speaking about and the state of the program and just, you know, your role and, you know, kind of wrap up the year for us and just your feelings now after this game.
Well, it's been a pleasure playing with a team like this. We always stick together. We've been a family for a long time, and we matured during the season. And I've seen it, and the coach has seen it, and we just been playing as a family, played through games, and we haven't gave up yet. And we're gonna bring it to next season, and with the same mentality, and try to do more.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.